Hey there, it's Patmos and it's time for yet another new game, Early Access Land of the Vikings. Let's try it out, let's see what we can do with it and let's see if it is fun. We're going to start up a whole new game and first of all we get to choose some colors, our banner, our village name, which of course as you are probably used to now will be called PatmosIV. We will edit our banner. Now, I like to keep the green that I have in my logo so far. I don't know, let's mix it with another color. Oh, this is nice. We can change another symbol. Oh, maybe I should design my own symbol at a certain point. But for now, let's find something that looks a little bit Viking-ish. I don't know if that's a word, but we just developed it, I guess. Oh, this is nice. We can make it bigger or smaller so it can fit on our banner. Oh, I think this is cool. Let's do it like this. This is cool. We can see it on the shield. You can see it on our ship, so that's cool. All right, let's get back. Anything else? We will start on the small land. You have different options here. If you play this game, so you can get a valley, which is very big. The resources are normal, but the distance to all types of resources is very far, which is a challenge. You can have a little bay, which is big. Resources are still normal, but all the resources are closer. We can play on the wide rivers with low resources, and they are far away, so that's quite the challenge. But let's just start on the small land, and then we can maybe later on do another series with another piece, another map. But for now, let's just jump into the game. Let's see what we can do. We won't be using the tutorial, but we will be using the disasters. Let's start the game. And while the game loads and we take a look at all these awesome graphics, this is yet another city builder game in the Viking age, of course, and will be a Viking town, which is very interesting. And here we are. Objective started, increase the population. We have objectives here. We should reach 40 villagers. Now let's see, here we have a village. We can see some people walking around. Let's do a little bit of a zoom in. Some animals walking around, so that's interesting. Here we have our longhouse, which is basically the main building of our village. We have 21 people in the village and a total of 3 families. And I'm going to pause to not waste any time. Let's see, here we have a few houses. We can see a family lives there and a variety of kids. Some bigger, some smaller, so some are aged, some are not. Apparently we don't have any babies. Oh, that's interesting. Here we have a carpenter and it produces timber from wooden logs. And well, one of the fun things about this game is all these people have their different talents. They have an amount of luck, they have an amount of strength, they have a certain speed and intelligence. And for different jobs, they will require different talents. And it's very good to keep your eyes open to it. As you can see, the carpenter needs mostly power, and we can select a villager that can work there, and we can see all their traits. So we can select a villager that basically lives close by and has a lot of power. So in this case we're going to take Sibi Adilson. He will start to work there, and I guess we should get another one too that is very strong. So this one has a very big disadvantage, so we'll not be using that villager. Let's see, 1.9. This villager is really strong, apparently not that smart, so I think that's a good one to work at the carpentry. He can just make some planks for us. But let's zoom out a bit. Here we have the map. We can see that we are on the coastline, which could be interesting for fish and stuff like that. We have resources around, we have rocks, we have trees, and well, the map is quite okay. We can go up here and then let's see what we can do, but let's first just fill out this whole area. But to start filling out this area with buildings, we need to cut down things like trees. And you just hold your left mouse button, you go over all the trees that you want to get rid of, and we can get rid of them, which is very nice, so that's good. These are the trees we want to get rid of. I also want to do some stone digging. So let's get rid of some of the stones here. I also want to get rid of these stone piles so that we can use this space for building. Now I know I'm setting quite a bit of trees and stuff to be chopped down, but I like it that way. It gives much clearer space. Let's unpause for now, so that at least people can start to chop down some trees, get some stone in. These guys should be able to work here, although they can't work yet because there's no logs. We start with no resources, just some money. So it is quite important that we get working on some resources. Now that we have a little start, it's time also to get going with a few roads, because mapping out your town is quite nice and important to do when you don't have too many buildings yet. So I'd like to do it just like this. Let's connect buildings to the road so people can take fast walks on the road. I think that's good. So let's just make sure that all buildings are connected to the road. Like that. Very good. And, well, here we have our buildings. We can have live buildings, which is basically housing, but also the herbalist where a doctor lives. Those are all in here. We can go to storages. Make a storage for wood. Make a little storage for some stone. We can also have a warehouse where leather, wool, clothing, and food is stored. You need it, of course. And we also need a marketplace. This is where all our food is stored and where villagers shop. So this is a pretty central building. Now, rotating a building is a bit different than in most games. You have to press your Z button and then just move the mouse to actually turn your building around. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of this method, but it's the way it works. And I like the market to be some sort of central here, so let's just get going with it. You can't connect it yet. Now, there's 3 stages of building. First, they will gather the first stage of materials. After that, they will do a little bit of constructing. Then they will gather... Sorry. Still have a little bit of an issue with my throat. Then they will gather the rest of the stuff and then build the rest. But we haven't set any builders yet. You can either do it right here, so we can just set builders there. You can also just go to your management screen, get the jobs open, and then assign people to different jobs. Now, right now, we don't need to assign anybody to be a marketeer, for instance, because we don't have a market yet. But as soon as the market is done, we could start to use that. We can do now with 3 builders, that's fine. And we'll see from here where we can go. We have 13 laborers. Those are the people that will chop down all these trees and stuff and provide us with the goods that we need, which is very nice. These guys still think that they can't work. Oh, it's still closed. You have to open up the shop. Now it's open. Now they will start working. And they will use the logs to create some planks. There's nothing being brought here. They're collecting the pre-materials. We'll see how they do. We're going to close this job list for now. And we're going to speed up a bit. This game tends to be a little bit slow in the beginning. Although we can see here already that they are now actually bringing in the goods. 1 log at a time. The logs are very heavy. You will see later on, when they bring things like stone, that they might be able to carry a bit more than just 1 stone. They'll be able to carry like 5 stones or something like that. So that it doesn't take too long to actually build this. See, she brought 5 stones already. Then now we get 10. So they're bringing all the goods. They start to build it. Also gives us time to do a little bit of a mapping out of the town. And one of the ways to do that is by building roads. Now we can't fit a road in here anymore. Guess I made a little mistake there. But we are going to build a road here. I want the road to go all the way down here. And to go this way. So that people can enter this building from 2 sides. That's basically what I want. Let's just create a straight road here. And then also create a road like this. Yes, so now people can walk there. Now you can see it's turning into nighttime. And it can be very nice, or it's already turning into daytime again, to just decorate your village. So we can place things like torches that will light up certain paths and certain areas. And that's really nice. There's all these decorations, and some of these decorations even give you something nice. For instance, if you build 3 barrels or 4 barrels, this will increase the storage space of some buildings. So if we select these, let's go, and we build it near a certain building, then it will increase the storage capacity of a building. So these have a function sometimes, which is very nice. If we place a pole, it will make it easier for villagers to find direction, increasing their walking speed And it makes the village look richer. Its installation next to the houses provides happiness. So if we can get this close to a house, it will provide some happiness. Not going to do that yet, but we might do that later. Ah, here comes the marketplace. It is done. We can also assign workers if we research that. We didn't do that yet. But a good talent in the marketplace is speed. So let's look at speed. 2.4. That's very high speed. I'm going to place one in the marketplace for now. One worker. Marketeers collect all the food for the marketplace and the villagers buy it. We don't need more now. As soon as our village starts growing, we're going to need more marketeers to actually keep the market supplied. But for now, this will do. I think it's time to do a little bit more of a development to town. And one of the things we're going to need is food. We're going to start with a gathering hut. The building where edible fruits and small amounts of medicinal plants from the forest are gathered. Now, we need to get a good productivity, of course. So we need to place this quite a bit outside of town in an area that we're not going to use very quickly. I like to place it, I don't know, somewhere here. So that they can collect all the food and stuff and then bring it in. Might be good to also already get a hunter going. So that we can get some meat and hides and stuff. Colliding with the tree, so you need to clear areas. Alright, let's build it right here then. Also has a productivity of 100%. Now this will take some time to be built because they'll have to bring the resources all the way there. Although this is actually going quite fast and we have 3 builders, so that should help out. And then at least we get some supply of food, because right now we can already see we have stone, we have planks, we have logs. We don't have any food or any meals as they call it. So we really need to work on that. We can now see that it's dark and our torches are functioning. We can actually see better in the dark, which is nice. I'm going to slow down a little bit. I don't want to go too fast. All right, the foundations are done. They are now bringing all the goods for the main stage and then they will finish the building. Now this will take some time to get all that. Same here. Although they were already bringing some goods, so that's working out. Let's check. Do we still have trees to be chopped down? Because we do have laborers. We need to keep them busy. And yeah, let's see. All the trees are chopped down here. So let's make sure that we get these rocks as far as we can. One of the things I don't like, if you select trees to cut and you just click the other button, it just doesn't work. You have to first hit your right mouse button, get rid of it, and then we can set these to be taken down. This was just a small thing, but I think they could improve that. Now we're going to need more logs in the end, so let's just keep cutting down a few trees. Trees will grow back eventually, so we'll see already. There are a few small trees growing here and they will grow rather quickly. So it could well be that quite soon we see another bunch of big trees here. Which is nice because, well, we can't plant any trees at this point. So they really do need to grow back in order for us to keep our wood production up. Now the market is done, but we haven't connected it to the road yet. So let's do so. That's one way. There's another exit here, so this is another way. Very nice. And I think as soon as the gathering hut is done and we work on the hunter, we should also start building a new house. I think that will be beneficial. So that we can actually grow our village if we want to. Our first goal right now, if we check the objectives, is to reach 40 population. So we need to almost double up. Now don't forget this game is still in early access. Version 0.0.7. So there's a long way to go before this game is finished. But it is already a lot of fun. Oh, let's see. All these rocks. It is actually quite a nice map. It's quite big. We can see right here that we're in spring now. That's nice. It's daytime. You can see all of that just by this little screen. We have a little bit of fame. And this is working out. Let's see. Are they already building or not yet? Not yet, I guess. No, they're bringing in the planks. Okay, well, this gives us time to check on the research. That's called the Tree of Life. Here we have our Tree of Life. It goes all the way up, and there's all these researches that you can do. We have 8 research points or Tree of Life points to spend. And we can spend those on new unlockable things like this. 1% happiness for everybody, which is nice. We could also go for the transition thing to a settled life. Now is the time to settle down. The crops must be planted and production must begin. Which means that we're going to build fields and then store wheat and get a windmill and a brewery and stuff. So that's very interesting. We're going to explore this, and this will unlock new options. Same with this. If we do this, workers will work 1% faster. Now 1% of course isn't a lot, but if you count it over the days, then it's actually quite something. And we have the points for it, and this will immediately lead to another thing, 2% faster. So that's nice. Let's do this. 1% happier. We can make them even happier, but we're not going to do that yet. For now, we did enough research. I'm not going to spend all points. I think first we need to pay some attention to the village. Now let's speed up again a little bit. Oh, there goes a tree. That's nice. All right, the planks are slowly coming in. We still have plenty of planks, so that should not be an issue. Maybe we should increase the amount of builders a little bit. So they might perhaps even work on both buildings. Because now we have 5 workers. They should all be gathering the stuff. And hopefully all 5 can go here and bring in all these goods. Because then production might go a little bit quicker. Don't forget that because we built this so far from the village, that's what making it take its time, because they just have to transport all the goods there all the time. But now everything is there, so they started building. That's really nice. All we have to do now is wait until it's done. We can already see them bringing the goods here as well. So that's going in the right direction. We can also see by the little zzz that people are sleeping, which is good. They should be sleeping if they're tired. And hopefully we can soon... Ah, here it comes, the gathering hut. Let's assign people to it soon. There we are. Alright, advantageous talents is speed and luck. So they'll have the luck to find some useful things. 1.4 and speed 1.9. Luck 2 and speed 1.8. So we'll assign you. Yeah, I think this is also a good one. Alright, we'll have 2 people working there. Let's see what they can gather. Hopefully some useful stuff. Gatherers gather fruit and herbs in all seasons except winter. They do not work in winter. Okay. Well, I don't really mind if they're not working in winter. As long as they just do what they have to do. Let's tell them to take down these rocks as well. I think we might get rid of a few builders soon. But it's also time to start working on houses. Now, there's different houses. A structure that can accommodate a single family. It consumes more fuel in winter due to its cheap construction. This house is a little bit more expensive. And the poor house is robust and well protected, so it uses a little bit less firewood and stuff. But it costs some extra initial materials. But I don't mind about that. So what I want to do is start working on houses like this. So let's just build a big house. There we go. Let's continue the road here a bit, like this. And then as soon as the house is done, we can connect it to the road. But an extra house will help our village grow, so that's good. Alright, the hunter is done. It needs power and luck, so let's see if we can find another lucky person with strength. 1.3, 1.4, 1.4... Well, that's about it. So we'll take this one and this one. They should be hunting. Going to bring the number of builders down a bit, because right now we have only 6 laborers. Now we have 8 again. I think that's better to have a few more laborers. And there come the hunters. I'm not sure if the gatherers already... Ah, they're gathering stuff there. Very good. Well, hopefully soon we get some meat and some hides. And that should provide us with some food. So let's keep our eyes on the food a little bit. They're already building the house. That's going quickly. I think we need to start working on some storages. And basically we need a warehouse. Just to make sure that we can store all our goods like leather and stuff that we get from the... Yeah, let's build it right there. We need the leather, of course, to be stored and later to be put into something else. And I think it's also time to get the herbalist, because with the herbalist we can heal sick people. And right now we can't. And I don't think it's a smart option to neglect healing the sick. Alright, let's place it here. Now, this is basically some sort of the village center, so we're going to build the houses around it, and all the important buildings should be there too, like a storage, the market, and of course the herbalist. Now look at this nice house. This is a very nice house. We have a new married family, very nice. They don't have children yet, but that might change any minute. We have a baby right here, and we have a baby right there, so the village is already growing. Very good. Ooh, in 8 hours, newcomers will arrive in our village. That's nice. Maybe we should focus on another house then. I'm not sure, but yeah, let's just not do too many buildings at the same time. Let's just wait and build whatever we can. Let me see. Ah, we got some meat. We got some hides. Do we get some fruits here? Yes, and some medicine. Very good. So yeah, we already have 13 meals. That's very nice. Alright, the newcomers are about to arrive. I wonder, will they come by ship or... Newcomers were seen coming towards the village. Where they came from, they were attacked by looters. Several families, including children, were able to escape. Since they couldn't bring any of their belongings with them, they had to leave everything behind. At the end of the day, long journey, they reached your village. They need a place to stay and food. They want to join your village. Alright. Well, they can join, that's okay. I wonder how many families are homeless. Yeah, we have a homeless person. But it's 31 villagers. We have a few homeless, but I think if we just build another house or two, I don't know, it might work out. Yeah, let's at least build... let's pause for a second before we get into too much trouble. Alright, that's one. I think we should slow down a bit to ensure that we get all the houses that we need. The problem is... that all these houses will cost us quite a few materials. And I'm not sure if that's... something I enjoy, but we'll see. I'm going to build a road here first now, behind this. I think if you have a lot of road connections, it will be much more easy for people to walk around your village. And that's very beneficial, because that will shorten a lot of times that things will take and stuff like that. Alright, let's build one. 2 houses. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 people that are homeless so far. Oh, there's more here. Okay. Well, let's chop down some trees, by the way. So let's make sure that they all have a laboring job at this point. But I think we should be able to provide them with a house before winter or something like that. And that will be to our benefit, but it will take time. Maybe it's a good thing if we prioritize this house then. Set 2 extra builders. That might actually help. I mean, this almost has the goods it needs. This is still a long way to go. We have plenty of stone, we just don't have logs. So that's part of the problem. We just don't have logs. We can see that the trees are growing actually, so let's just get rid of all these trees because these are all close by. And that should help out. They already brought all the stones here. So just 3 logs and we're done and good to go. Same here. 3 logs, 25 stone that we have. We have all that stone, so that's not an issue. They should really bring the logs here and then... Ah, they brought some stone there. Very nice. Well, let's give them time to do that while we plant a few more torches or maybe some fire pits. They just look cool. Let's do the fire pits around the market. I think that's nice. Yeah, like that. Very good. Ah, this is fast. They've laid the foundations. I think we should prioritize this one too then. Let me take a look at villagers. Families. Apparently, can't really see if they have a home or not, so that's not a real option. Village population. 32. We have total children. Alright, interesting. We have 5 families, so I think we should need 5 houses, and that should be it. Because each family can live in one house with their children. So this house might be just extra, but that's okay. They're building this house now. That's good. And with the 2 houses, we are well on our way of doing a nice job. Interesting. Happiness is slowly going down because I don't have a house and a relative died. That's probably because of that raid, of course. Oh, I now see 5 people, 6 people without a job, without a house. Okay. Well, come on, finish this house. Yes, it's done. Alright, so most now have a house. They all have a house, apparently. Okay, that's good. Yeah, they're all just unhappy. Some are unhappy because a relative died. But we can't really do anything about that, I guess. And the herbalist is coming soon. We have an extra house coming soon. So that is all working out. I think we now need firewood if we get to the winter. So we should start production for firewood. Question is... Can we... Yeah, it's colliding with the... Alright, we can place it here. I think that's a good spot. Then we have both the wood buildings close together where they make either the planks or the firewood. That should help out. Let's cut down these trees again. Are there trees on this side too? No. Okay, maybe it's time to cut down a few trees a little farther out. But at least make sure that they're doing that because it takes time. It's time consuming. But if the laborers have nothing else to do, then it's fine. So they can just do that. And we should not worry about it. We have somebody that's sad. Now, that's probably because the relative died. I guess, so don't be too sad. It's okay. All right, here we have an empty house, but a new family formed. Interesting. Or did they just abandon one of these houses? I'm not sure. Ah, here somebody died. Okay. No, they didn't abandon houses. So a new family formed, and now they can have children. So yeah, now we have 6 families. All right, very nice. We have a storage now. That's nice. Let's see. It has the speed talent requirement. 1.3, 1.3, 1.5. And lives pretty close. So let's do that. That one can now work and just gather all the stuff everywhere. Oh, come on. Let's finish the herbalist. Yeah, I want to prioritize this. I want to get the herbalist done. And we need to connect these to the road, I think. Cost us a little bits of silver, but that's okay. I don't think we are obtaining a lot of silver already, but... maybe very slow amounts, I'm not sure. We have food. So at least that's working out okay. I like it that way. And, well, we have what we could call the start of a little village. Which I really like. It's very nice. Let's get some torches out. People need to be able to see where they are and what they're doing. Especially when they're near a house. Very good. We now need a herbalist, which needs to be smart, which makes sense, I guess. 1.6. Oh, that's good. You'll be the herbalist then. You can heal the sick if you want to. So we did quite good. We actually started our village. We managed to get some things done. There's a lot more to do, but that's going to be for next episode. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. Leave all your comments in the comment section. I will respond to it. And then, of course, I hope to see you in a brand new video. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.